Hey guys, it's Jason here. Today I've got 7 product ideas that are selling like crazy. And one of the stores is just 4 months old, but they're already making $14,000 a month with 90% profit margin. And they've only got 5 listings on the shop. So I've got a few ideas that you've probably never seen before. And I'm not gonna just show you the products, but also give you some strategies on how you can start selling them too. And as usual, there's not gonna be a lot of fluff, just concrete ideas for you to take action today. So let's start with the first one here. This is digital sewing patterns. This is a unique product because most people, when they see this product, they're just gonna immediately pass because they don't know how to create these products, right? But let me blow your mind because it's a gold mine for people who are into sewing. So this store, Indie Pattern, they're selling sewing patterns as digital downloads. And you can see that they've done 185,000 lifetime sales on the platform. But let's see how much revenue they're actually making. Let's pull up Everbee here and scrape the entire store's listing. Wow, all right, so that's very impressive. And it seems like they've got tons of products here. So I'm gonna export this to Excel so I can easily get the total of this revenue column here. All right, so here's the Excel file. So if I just hit this column here, you're gonna see that they're making $213,000 a month, which is insane. But let's go back to the store here and you can see that all these products are 75% off. So to be fair, we're gonna take 75% off that number. But even with that, you're still left with $54,000 a month, which is insane. And like I mentioned, this is a digital product, which means that there's no physical products to ship. Margins are 90% and above. And because the barrier to entry for these products are so high, there's going to be much lower competition, which is a good thing. Now, I know what you're thinking. This store's probably been around for a long time to be able to make this kind of sales, right? Because they've got 381 listings. How am I going to do that? How am I going to compete with that? Well, what if I told you that you can achieve roughly the same amount of revenue with just 4 listings? So check out this store. They're selling the same type of sewing patterns with just 4 listings. And if I go to Everbee again, you can see that they're making $40,000 a month. And we can see the stats here. These listings were created just under a year ago. And if you look at the store here, none of the products are on sale, which means that that's their actual revenue. And this is just the beginning for them. And I bet they're probably going to make much more money if they create more listings. But yes, I get it. This is obviously not easy to create. Yeah, you need a specific set of skills to pull this off. It's not something that you can learn overnight, but if you stick around till the end of the video, I'm actually going to tell you how you can still make money with this product, even if you don't know how to sew. By the way, if you like seeing me break down ideas like this, make sure to subscribe because timing is key with these products. And you want to be the first to know and take action. So now let's move on to the second idea. Number 2 is AI phone cases. Now, phone cases has been around for a while, but you have to understand that we're not actually selling the phone case itself, but we're selling the design. So let's see how much money this phone case here is making. Let's use the Everbee Chrome extension here. All right, so $8K a month for a product that has just been around for about 4 months. So that is quite impressive. And what about this one here? This one's a Halloween themed phone case selling for $40. And they've got 20 people adding it to their carts. And this phone case is making $8,500 a month. And notice that this is not on sale. So that's their actual revenue. Now, if you look at the product, this is a Halloween themed product. So that's why it's also doing so well because we're just about a month away. And you'll also notice that this is not actually 3D, right? But it just has that 3D effect. And they even say it down here in the description, right? Now, designs like this can be easily produced with AI tools like Midjourney or Playground AI. Now, before we get to design, let's see how much you can actually profit from selling a product like this, because I think that's more important, right? See if you can actually make money with this. Now, you can fulfill this product with a print-on-demand provider like Printify. As you can see, they've got many different phone case options. They've got all the latest designs, and even with the MagSafe ones here. Let's choose this one here, top phone cases, for our example. And I'm going to scroll down to provider info, and you can see that the cost of the phone here is $829. And shipping is $439, so that's a total of $1268. And keep in mind that this is the price that you pay if you have Printify Premium. Now let's do a quick math. So remember that this listing is selling the product for $40. So if you sell this for $40 minus the product cost of $1268, and you want to take out 6.5% Etsy fees and 20 cents listing fee, your profit is going to be $24.51, which is 61% profit margin. Now, I usually aim for just about 30% for print-on-demand products, so that is insane margins. So you can potentially play around with the quality, select higher quality cases, and you can still make pretty good margins. Now, there's one thing that you can do if you want to make even more profits, and not a lot of people know this. And this is especially important if you're working with a product with thinner margins. So Printify's got something called Printify Choice, and this is how it works. If you have international customers, let's say you received an order from Canada, normally you will be charged an international shipping fee, or the customer will pay the international shipping fee, which can be quite high. And this is where Printify Choice comes into play. So with this feature, when you receive an international order, it will automatically reroute that order to a provider that is within the same country or region that your customer is in. So this means that you'll be saving a lot on shipping. And on top of that, it will also find the provider with the best price, quality, and speed. So not only will you save on fees, but the product will also arrive in the quickest possible time. Now, if you guys want to try Printify, I've got a special deal. Click on my link below. And since I'm a Printify partner, you can use code JasonLee30 and get Printify Premium free for 30 days. So, okay, great. It looks like it's a profitable product to do, but how do we actually create designs like this? I'm not a designer. Now, for me, I like to use Midjourney because it just tends to give me the best quality, but it is a paid tool. So if you want to start with something free, you can use something called playground.ai. This is very similar to Midjourney. They do have a premium plan, but even with the pre-plan, it gives you 10 images per day and you get commercial rights as well. So you can resell this on Etsy. So I think that's good enough to start. And when you're ready to upgrade, you do get 200 images per day. Now, just to briefly show you what the app can do, just create a free plan on Playground AI. And if you want to create something similar to the phone case we showed you earlier, you can enter the keyword here. So I'm going to type in celestial. And you're going to see a bunch of designs that's quite similar to what we want. So maybe I'll click on this one here. Now, what I like about Playground AI is that you can actually tell the AI to manipulate the image by using a text prompt down here. So let's say you want to add maybe, I don't know, flying objects, for example. So you can just type that in here, add flying objects. And then you want to hit create. And just like that, you're going to see some flying objects here. It's that simple. Now you can also change the styling here. You see that there's already a bunch of options. So if I click on Pastel Dreams here, you have a new style while still maintaining that design here. So in just under a minute, I've just created 2 designs for 2 different listings. So you see how easy it is to create multiple designs with this tool. Now, when you're ready with your design, the next step is to just upload it to Printify, and you can adjust your image here. And when you're happy with it, you can hit preview. You can immediately see how the designs would look like on actual phone cases. Now, this is really important because you want to show how the image would wrap around the case right here. And these images here are very high quality, and you can definitely use these mockups for your own product listing. And if you look at this mockup here, the seller is also using the same exact image here. So if you guys want to give this a try, make sure you use my code, and that will get you that free subscription to Printify Premium for 30 days. Now, the next idea is digital printables. So there's already a lot of digital printables out there, but this shop's focusing on classroom decor. And one of the products here, which is this bundle, is making about $8,000 a month, according to Everbee. And as you can probably tell, this is a digital download, so basically all of that is profits. Now, what I like about digital downloads like these is that you can actually bundle up your listings into a whole store bundle like this. And I've seen many stores selling mockups, digital planners, wall art, SVG files. They all use this strategy because you're basically giving the perception of value when you bundle everything up into one listing. Now, your customer might not necessarily use every single thing here, but it's that perceived value, and that marketing psychology seems to be working very well. Now, you can sell this type of printables in other niches as well, but these do particularly well in the education niche, like coloring sheets for children, printable worksheets for English or math. And you don't even have to sell this on Etsy because there's already a huge market for this type of educational printables. Because more and more kids are being homeschooled today, and the data shows that 3.7 million children in the US are homeschooled. And if you look at this graph here, you see that that number is just growing. And not to mention that parents are now buying these printables to supplement their learning at home. Now, the reason why I said you can sell this outside of Etsy is because you can turn this into a subscription business. Because this is something that kids will consume on a weekly or monthly basis. They've got different levels. So having a listing here could just be the entry point for them, and you can basically funnel them into a subscription model that you have on your website. Now, the next idea is selling Squarespace templates. Now, you might think that selling website templates is super competitive, but let's see how much this listing is making. All right, so $4,000 a month, which is not bad, right? But look at when this listing was created, just a month ago. So that's quite impressive for a new store. Now, if you go back to the shop and analyze their entire shop here, you see that they're making about $12,000 in total. And considering that all their products are 20% off, you can assume that their actual revenue is about $9,600 a month, which is very impressive for listings that were just created. Now, this store is just evidence that you don't need to be afraid to go into crowded niches, because a crowded market just means that the market's profitable. Now, if you guys want to break into a competitive niche like this, you want to think about positioning your product to target a specific group of audience. So if you're selling a website template like this, don't create a template for a general business, but design the template to target a specific person like a fitness coach or a YouTube creator or a real estate agent. And that's exactly what this store is doing. They created a specific design targeting marketing agencies, and this one's targeting therapists. So if I was a therapist looking to buy a template for my business, I would be drawn to this listing here because it speaks to me, right? I feel like this was just created for my type of business. Now, the next idea here is wedding day checklist. Now, so this shop is selling everything related to wedding, but this particular listing here, selling a binder checklist, is selling about $15,000 a month. Now, please note that they're going for the minimalist design because that tends to work very well in the wedding niche. You can design this on Canva and make it an editable template so people can customize their own names. And if you don't want to start from scratch, you can also buy the PLR version of these products and you can adjust the design to your liking. Now, speaking of design, the wedding niche is very crowded, but there's a huge demand for this product. So you want to make sure that you find your unique angle with the design because that's the number one thing that people look for. Now, this next one is crochet patterns. Now, this store actually blew my mind. So for those of you who are not familiar, this store is selling pattern or instructions to create these cute toys that you see here. So you're not actually buying the actual toy, but just the instructions on how to create this toy. Now let's see how much they're making with this one. $10,000 a month, and they've only been around for 4 months. So if I go back to the store level, you can see that they only got 5 listings, and they're so new. So let's do a simple math here. So you can see that they've done 11,401 sales lifetime, and it seems like their products are on sale for 50% off, and let's just assume that they're always on sale. So if you do a rough calculation, 11,401 multiplied by $3, so that's $34,000 a month for the entire store and just being on the platform for 4 months. And they're making 90% of that in profit because it's a digital download and that is a lean business to run. Now, if you think this is crazy, you want to check out this other store here. They're selling the same thing, but with a holiday theme, and they're making $39,000 a month just on this listing alone. And what's more impressive is that this listing is just 1 month old. This product is actually on sale for about $9. So if you do the math, $9 multiplied by 1,778 units, that is still about $16,000 for this listing alone. Now, of course, this is something that not everybody can do. You gotta have that sewing or crocheting skill to create these patterns. But I think that's what makes this niche so interesting because for those people who know how to sew, there's just much less competition for you, right? Just like this sewing pattern store that we spoke of earlier, because the barrier to entry is pretty high. It's not like selling t-shirts that everybody can do. Now, how do we create something like this if we don't know how to crochet or sew? Well, first option is maybe work together with someone who has the skill and probably do a revenue share with them. You want to show them the opportunity here and see if they can create the design or patterns, and you create the store, the listings, and all the business side of things for them. Or maybe if you have a mom or a grandma or an aunt who probably already does this as a hobby, why not leverage their skill and turn this into a business? Now, if you can't find any of those people, the second option is to hire someone on Fiverr. So there are sellers on Fiverr who will actually create these designs or these instructions for you for a small fee. And if you don't want to do a revenue share, this could be a great option as well because you're just paying for this design once and you can continue to generate revenue for months or even years. Now, I think in business, we have to be creative. So when I pay someone to create patterns, I think of this as just cost of doing business. Because let's be honest, we're not experts in everything. So outsourcing is just part of business. So just like if you're selling a print-on-demand t-shirt, you're not going to just open up a garment factory, right? So there's always a part of the production process that you need to outsource. And I think the timing for this product is just perfect because we've got Halloween coming up and it's just a perfect holiday for this type of products. And of course, Christmas is coming up as well. So my advice is to ride that trend because it will give you that boost, especially if you're a new store. Now, this is another digital product that I personally love because if you set this up correctly, it's going to be super profitable business for you for a long time. Just like this store here, Planners Collective, they have only 10 listings in their shop and they've been around for about 5 years. So can you imagine that? You just have to create 10 listings for 5 years. And if you see here, they're making pretty good money, right? So if you want to get into this niche, I recommend 2 things. So number 1, you want to select the platform or the software that you want to build the planner on. And then you want to focus on targeting a specific segment of the audience. So instead of naming your products digital planner, you want to name it digital planner for marketing agencies, digital planner for creators. Make it more personalized to that specific audience. And that's how you stand out from the crowd. And number 2, you want to choose the right timing, because I think 50% of the battle here is timing. And today, it is the perfect time to sell digital planners, because you'll see the highest demand for these products in December or January just because people are setting up their New Year's resolutions. And you can even see from Google Trends that that's the case as well. And plus, those people who already have planners would probably want to upgrade to the new calendar year. So we're about 3 months away, and I think this is super good timing for that. Now, if you really want to make this work and you're trying to get to your first $10,000 online, you don't want to start anything until you watch this video here, because I'll be showing you the quickest way to $10,000 a month. So click on this video here and I'll see you there.